All right, so project learning reflection. Um, I enjoyed the project overall. Definitely didn't necessarily enjoy the R errors, but that's kind of part of it. A lot of that had to do with that ocean species, and I was super excited when we finished and we were able to join the other breakout room and to hear that I wasn't the only one that ran into that. So that was pleasing to hear, to say the least. Um, but it was neat to be able to see what the future may potentially look like for different species, not just our own that we did research on, but being able to see what other people did and the experience they had with it, and some of the modeling. Um, when I thought about a species distribution model, I would generally think of more of a present time and not really necessarily account for what the future may look like. So it was neat to be able to have a way to see those sorts of predictions and be able to see the actual data behind it and how that came to be. So that was a enjoyable aspect, without a doubt. Um, Again, the struggles that are code. Take the computer and chuck it. But I ended up working on it, getting frustrated, stepping away for a week or two, coming back, working on it, getting frustrated, stepping away for a week or two, that kind of thing. I know I was behind on one of the draft submissions because we were supposed to turn in the script with it, and the dang script just wasn't working. So I was like, I probably should have still submitted the link and done that kind of thing. But I wanted to, and I always like to have things where they're supposed to be. So I didn't necessarily want to submit it until I had it where I wanted it to be or where it needed to be. And then I was really, stoked that I was able to figure it out and put it all together and have everything come together. Not good at asking for help. I've always kind of, you know, not necessarily had persons to ask for help. So I'm always kind of more independent. So I've never been good at asking for help. As far as the art code goes, I did talk to not a handful, a few other students in regards to it. There's a couple where I was able to ask questions and get some answers that helped to solve some of the stuff. Just minor things and like objects within the code. So I definitely have a little bit better understanding of R. But in all reality, I'd prefer it to be like, when I write a paper, I have a really good understanding of Word, but I've also been using that for a couple decades, where R is still fairly new. So I don't have that more of a complete understanding of the program itself. Excuse me. So that's definitely something that I would have, or I would like to, if I have to deal with art in the future, is to be able to have that better understanding of what everything in that line of code does. So if I need to go in and not just like an object or something like that, but the little dashes, parentheses. I'd like to actually understand it, if that makes sense. Best part of the learning experience, definitely the future aspect of things, because it's not always necessarily thought about. Worst aspect, again, problems with R. But I'll be able to use some of this moving forward in some of the future courses, so that'll be nice. There may be a time where I might even have to recreate a species distribution model for different species, maybe for employment or something like that. So it was definitely useful to be able to have and know how to do this and use it. I actually have the entire tutorial printed out, and I was able to flip through the pages as I went and take notes and stuff like that, which made a big difference. Yeah, that was definitely useful. I'm not a big screen person, so it was I like having it in front of me, and it makes a big difference for me versus having to go from tab to tab to tab to tab kind of thing. In general, um, yeah, feedback. I would maybe suggest letting, because I wasn't the only one that ran into the issues with the ocean species, and maybe make a suggestion that you might have some issues if you choose an ocean species towards the beginning of the course or the project. But yeah, that'd probably be the general feedback I'd have in regards to the project. Apart from that, the everything that we had to submit, everything was presented to us in an organized fashion, so we knew exactly what we needed to do. So that was a very positive aspect of things. In general, overall, I would say I'm satisfied with the project. Happy with the way it turned out. I probably wouldn't have been as happy had I not been able to get the R to work. So I'm happy that I did.